All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're on to interest number 2. Sorry the first video was so long. This one's going to be shorter. We're actually going to go over only one problem this time. Just looking at number 1 and answering these questions here about it. Okay. So India is growing, one of the fastest growing countries in the world. It's pretty true there. Back in 1974, they were able to kind of figure out a growth rate, and they got this equation. Well, if you look at this equation, you can figure out some things about it. Namely, like this first thing here. What was the population in 1974? Well, you got to look at it and find the principal, or the starting amount, which is this thing here, 574. And it's in millions, so put million. And now we need to find the growth constant. That means what do you times 574 by every year? And so you're going to plug in this part, and it's just the e to the 0.026 power. So I'm going to put that e to the 0.026 power. And we're getting decimal approximation from this. So I'm going to use my handy dandy Desmos calculator, the one that lets me compute stuff. I'm going to push e, exponent 0.026. And on the right side here, I got my number 1.02634, etc. I keep selecting the wrong thing. So 1.02, oh goodness, 634. And it keeps going. But we'll stop there. We found our growth constant. That's what you're timesing by every year. And then what will the population be in 2030? Well, we need to figure out how long from 1974 it is to 2030. And that's just a quick subtraction problem, right? Subtract that off. 30 plus 26, 56. I don't want to mess this up, so I can do it. 2030 minus 1974. It's 56. Okay. I'm not totally wrong in things. Okay. So that's the number of years. We're going to put that in for t. So I'm just going to write out my equation. A of 56 equals 574 times e to the 0.026 power times 56 in that exponent. Make sure you times the exponent things together. Okay, and that's going to give us a number. We're going to write out the approximation. So let's go ahead and do that. Clear all this stuff out. 574? Yeah, 574. Times, I need to get my e in there. E exponent the 0.026 times 56 years. Gives you that. And then I have my number here on the right side, 2,461.75. 2,000, oh my gosh, I can't remember numbers for life. 2461.75. 754. Yeah, we're going to round this off, 0.75. And that's the number of millions of people, by the way. So that's like almost 2.5 billion people, which is, we'll even put million people there. All right, so that's a good amount. All right, now we're going to go to D, which is kind of the new thing. In our last video, we didn't really go over how to use a graph to help you answer questions, but we're going to do that now. And so we're trying to figure out when will it be 1.624 million, which, by the way, we just computed something that was 2.461. So that's longer. So it's going to be before 2030. But we want to find out when it's going to be. And so what we're going to do is we're going to graph our equation. Our equation that we had here. Oh, actually, it's at the top. We're going to graph this equation. And we're going to actually have it intersect with this number. And the way to make that happen, we're going to get a graphing calculator. It's going to graph it. And then we're going to make a line that is this height. And it's really easy to do. You just do y equals that number, 1,624. And when you do that, you'll be able to use the calculator to find the intersection. And that'll tell you an x and y coordinate and the x is going to tell you the time. So let's put this equation in the calculator and get it graphed. To save you a little bit of time, I already put it in. You're just going to do like y equals 574 times e to the 0.26x power. You could use t if you want to. You can do a of t. I just, got lazy and used y equals because I could. But now we're going to do the second part. We want y equals 1,624. So 1624. And just in the standard window, you can't see it. And that's because you're trying to go all the way up to 1,624. So you need to do some zooming out. Oh, look, there's my first equation. That's the exponential. Aha! We found the other equation. So I can come over here and kind of get closer to this and find the intersection there. It is 40.001 and then 1,624. So I'm going to write that down. I got this point here, 40.001, comma 1624. All right, this is me showing my work, showing that I graphed it and I found this point. And you have to think, well, which one of these is going to be the number of years? Hopefully you figured out that it's the 40 part. Yeah, so this is the number of years, my x value. If you put in t, it's your t value. So it's going to be about 40 years. After 1974. Is it 74? I want to say it is. Yep, 1974. Or you just do 2014. Sheesh. I'm like, 74 plus 40. All right. Yeah, so there you go, as far as here. And that's how you can use a graph. It's really handy. If you want to find out when the graph is going to be a certain height, just make another line that's the height, and then you find the intersection. It's great. And there you go. Video 2 done for interest 2.